They're playing basketball. We love that basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm looking on the microphone. So it's Dr. J and no sound. I like slam dunks, it takes me to the beat. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll, I like the give and go. Cause it's basketball. Mr. Curtis. To go to dinner, to take turns. Tiny against Earl Burr and Will, Rio and Jerry West. Play basketball, it's very fast. Basketball has always been my thing. I like Magic Bird and Bernard King. And number 33, my man, Kurt Reed, is the center of my starting team.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. Damon Bruce here. Monday Hoops coming up. It's going to be Dwayne Wade and the Miami.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Heat in this one. The NBA on 2K Sports. That is the place you want to be. And we're happy to have you with us on our broadcast today. All right, presented by State Farm. Let's take a look at the Miami starting five. Wade and LeBron are the wingmen. Joel Anthony is out there with Chris Bosh. And it's Chalmers in at the one. And for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson Chandler in the middle. Rudy Fernandez out there with Jason Kidd, and it's Butler in at the small forward position.
You know, the Mavericks did a really good job against the East, and you have to be strong out of conference if you're going to grab the number 3 seed in the West.
So Dallas will get the first possession. 13 feet out. Fernandez. That's good. You're right about the Mavs there, Clark. 22-8 against the East last year. Steve, some good numbers.
Kind of surprising, no, they swept some of the bigger fish over in the Eastern Conference. 2 wins each versus Boston and Miami. Oddly enough, they struggled against Milwaukee, like playing down to your competition.
Wade is covering, and Fernandez kicks to Chandler. He kicks to Butler. Straight up, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Ron Butler, a very capable one-on-one scorer. He's a guy you can go to at the end of games because he can face up a little bit like Carmelo Anthony and use that triple threat to score on you.
And Butler with that triple threat. His jumper is a little flat, but it's accurate.
And you know what, Kevin? He may not be a super high-efficiency scorer, but when he's healthy, I mean, he can get his own shot fairly easily. He's a really solid offensive player. Kevin, interesting story with Caron Butler. He's out of Racine, Wisconsin, and had a rough childhood, but really a great story of a guy turning things around for himself. He's been one of the more consistent players in the league.
Clark, you're right about Caron. He's had a fascinating life, a lot of ups, but a lot of downs to begin things. Steve twice selected an All-Star back in 07 and 08, but over the last few seasons, injuries have slowed him down.
Yeah, so tough last year, Dallas, in the midst of that great season that they enjoyed. To lose Caron Butler, boy, you hated to see that happen. And now Butler getting into his 30s. It's tougher and tougher to bounce back from injuries. So hopefully he'll be able to come back and continue to play at a high level. We'll see.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
Well, he said they can't afford to be too passive tonight offensively. He wants to see movement, activity, and energy at that end of the court. And if he gets it, he said he likes their chances, even if the shots aren't falling for them right away. Kevin?
Okay, Doris, thanks. So Clark and Steve, they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today.
And I guess what they're thinking, guys, is if they can get going at that end of the floor, it'll carry over to the defensive end.
Well, that's generally the way it works. I mean, offense feeds your defense and vice versa. But if you can bring energy and score points early, that's going to be a huge help for this club today.
Chalmers passes to LeBron from 17 feet out. And it's Bosch, that time on the assist by LeBron. Bosch has got his first 2 points of the night. Bosch against Nowitzki. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Bosch. It's been a quick start for Miami. Here's Chalmers. Drops in the breakaway layup.
As soon as they forced that turnover, they really attacked the rim. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was the highlight of the sequence.
And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
Well, I tell you what, the coaching performance of Rick Carlisle in the playoffs last season was, I think, what cemented him in the minds of many as an outstanding coach. We've always known it. He was terrific with Detroit. He was outstanding with the Pacers. And he's got a championship ring with the Dallas Mavericks.
Backing down is LeBron. Taken away by Kidd.
That's just a sloppy pass. A lack of focus there.
Releases. Chandler, no good.
Well, going back to Carlisle, I mean, he did such a great job, you're right, Clark, in the playoffs last year, mixing up the rotation and going deep into the well to get the right matchups through every step of the playoffs. I mean, I thought he did as good a job as possible for the Mavericks in that playoff run. That's one of the reasons they won the title. He knows how to get to the basket, guys, especially when the defense is soft like it was there.
Wade dishes to Bosch. The feed to Chalmers. Lifts up. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Chalmers has got his second basket of the night.
Well, you could see last season with the big three that early on offensively they couldn't quite figure it out. But as the season went on, they got more and more comfortable with each other. And I thought by the end of the year, they played pretty well together.
Here's Chalmers after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Chalmers' shot is no good.
Say, he's worked hard to improve his jumper, but it still hasn't clicked for him.
From downtown, and Butler gets it to go on the assist by Kidd. Kidd's got 3 assists tonight. And you're right, Steve, about what you said in regard to the Heat. You know, anytime you bring new guys together, there is a feeling out period. But Clark, obviously, this was an extreme case.
Yeah, I agree with both of you there. I mean, it just takes a lot of time and massaging when you have that much star power coming together for guys to figure out their roles and then accept their roles and excel in it. That's a 3-pronged process.
A lot.
Yep.
A lot to deal with. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marion comes in for Caron Butler. And it's Terry in for Rudy Fernandez. And then for Miami, Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Joel Anthony. Eddie House subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Nowitzki against Haslem. From about 16. And Dirk Nowitzki once again. Nowitzki's got his 3rd basket of the night. House kicks to Haslem. Sean Marion covering. Will it go? And Chris Bosh with the slam.
That was his rebound all the way, no doubt about it.
And Clark, once he got it, he knew exactly what to do with it.
Yep, take it up strong, throw it down hard.
It's a look. Shot by Terry, no good. Miami trailer. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. He's covered by Kidd. Wade outside. Here's LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. 6 points for LeBron.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Beat out front, up by 1.
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
Don't go away. Back in just a moment. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Here's Chalmers.
You know, Wade's kind of started out last year, Kevin, in the playoffs rather slowly. But I tell you what, he woke up in a hurry after the first few games.
Haywood and Dirk make up the front court. J.J. Barea is out there with Terry, and it's Marion in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. He was all alone on that one. Chalmers has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Heat. Yeah, Clark, going back to Wade, he didn't top 20 points until the third game of that Philly series against Doug Collins and the 76ers, but Steve then exploded and never looked back.
Yeah, well, then he was kept under wraps fairly well in the Chicago series, but then against Dallas, he put in several games where he just exploded. So for Wade, always capable of having a big night.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hi, Kevin. Well, one of the big turning points for Miami in the Big Three was an early season loss to the Dallas Mavericks. Their record was 9-8 at that point, and as it turned out, the Mavs would be their finals opponent. Wade said of the team meeting that followed that loss, at that meeting, letting us know to be friends and to be real with each other. If we see something wrong with our game, point it out. I think we all looked at each other and held each other accountable with our games. That was a significant moment in the Heat season.
Thank you, Doris. That game served as a wake-up call for the Heat early on.
I remember that game. You could see the Heat were a different team after that loss last year, and I think it helped them get to the finals. Guys, Dallas kind of gets slept on in terms of playoff action because they've been so disappointed in recent years, but they worked hard all season, and the hard work has its reward.
Great perspective. Here is Barea. Marion left side, over House, and Marion gets it to go. Marion's got his first bucket of the night. Clark, back to Dallas, they weren't really talked about as a contender, and some even had him losing to Portland in the first round. And Steve, that Los Angeles upset, that sweep got everybody's attention.
Sure did. They took the first 2 games in L.A., then they blew out the Lakers in Game 4 to finish off the sweep. Just an incredible series, and I think that was the series that was the springboard for Dallas into the finals and past the Miami Heat. When they beat the Lakers, Dallas...
And then Bosh with the dunk. A replay here, the Sprite Slam Cam showing us how it's done.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Chandler comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Caron Butler is subbed in for Sean Marion. Good for the three-point play.
And the knock on Chris Bosh is that he's not a powerful low-post player. He's really a finesse big, not so much a bruiser. But very skilled and quick, and he can face up and knock down a jump shot.
That part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Here's Wade. LeBron outside. Feeds it to Bosch. Chandler with the steal.
Sometimes the short pass is harder than the long one.
Correa. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on a 13-4 run right now.
Tell you what, they were in full attack mode there on that fast break.
I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they got right after it. You know, you talk about Bosch and how he's been knocked in terms of who he is and what he does. His slim build is part of that. I think that really made Miami's need for a quality center even more glaring, the fact that he's not really a power player. Every team needs some length and muscle inside to be at its best.
Wade outside. Defended by Butler. From 7. The shot is off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Terry the pass to Chandler. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's now got his 5th rebound in this one. Back to Wade. Guarded by Correa. And Haslam kicks to LeBron. 4 on the shot clock. Over Terry. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Yeah, he's so good from that mid-range area.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Look, guys, there's no doubt the arrival of Tyson Chandler really took the Mavs to a new level last season. Dirk Nowitzki said Chandler was one of the most positive guys he'd ever been around, saying all he wants to do is help the team win. If that means he has to set a good pick or get 20 rebounds or take a couple of charges, he does all the little things. Guys, Dirk said that Chandler's arrival elevated their whole team defensively in much the same way that KG changed the Celtics mentality at the defensive end when he arrived in Boston.
He's really done a great job there. Thanks. Correa dishes to Butler. A fader. They get the rebound. Chandler, no good.
Well, I like the defense there. He made it tough on him to get that shot off.
That's typical. I mean, if he doesn't actually get a hand on it, he usually does enough just to influence the shot.
Haslam, the pass to LeBron. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
And now 6 of their last 10 points from mid-range.
Yeah, the jump shot really serving these guys pretty well.
They need this one. Nice shot by Terry. Terry's got his 2nd bucket of the night. And here comes LeBron. 10 points for him. Off target from outside. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. And we'll be back momentarily live from Dallas.
It's the HP Halftime Show. We've got a lopsided game out at American Airlines Center. I'm Damon Bruce. Let's get you to the action. Miami up on top against Dallas. A huge advantage in points in the paint. They're having their way inside. LeBron playing well in the first half. He's got 10 points and has also been able to collect 6 rebounds as well. And on the other side, Dallas just keeps on scrapping. Just an impressive all-around team effort out there. They're going hard. Dirk Nowitzki is the team high in scoring. They're also getting great help from Caron Butler. And that'll end things for us here in the studio. We'll see you next time.
And we return you to NBA action here. A great view of Victory Park and the American Airlines Center here in Big D. Here's Chalmers.
Well, Miami had such a turbulent season last year as far as the drama that surrounded that team. But they were consistent and steady on the road, and they ended up with the best away record in the Eastern Conference.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. LeBron James is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Anthony in at the 5 down low. Mavericks trailed by 18. And back to Miami, you know, Clark, road trips aren't easy when you're the villains of the NBA, and there's no doubt that wanted poster in the NBA has got a picture of that Miami threesome out there. Huh?
I agree, no doubt about it. But I think that also helped them come together. You know, teams typically do a good job of bonding when they're on the road. That us against them mentality, nobody for you. And quite honestly, really good teams and players enjoy winning on the road more than they do even winning at home.
And LeBron's numbers last season really slipped in the early part of the year as he tried to adapt to his new teammates and his new surroundings. But as the season went on, he became more and more effective. And that was one of the reasons he ended up with a career high in field goal percentage, right around 51% from the floor.
And going back to what Steve was talking about with LeBron, if he's being more efficient, Clark, with the ball, I don't think he is too concerned with his numbers, with his totals.
Kevin, that's one of the beauties of LeBron James's game to me. He's interested in playing the game of basketball at the highest level. If that means giving it to another player who's open, he's fine with that. If that means taking shots, he's fine with that. I love the fact that he's comfortable in who he is and is not worried about what other people think he should be doing.
Shoots from 12. He bounces it in off the front of the iron. Chandler's got his first points of the game.
That's 10 straight points on mid-range jump shots.
You know, to paraphrase a Bible verse that says love covers over a multitude of sins, good shooting does the same thing in basketball.
And the Heat call time here.
I like the fact that the Mavs were a really strong team at home, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it seems like each year they find a way to win in front of a terrific home crowd.
Now, here's Chalmers. He's covered closely. No good from Wade. But back to the Mavs, that home crowd. They also have another guy who's pretty important in that audience. That's their owner. You know, Steve, he's watching every game in Dallas.
Yeah, from right behind the bench, too. That's something that the team has grown accustomed to. And Mark Cuban has been a terrific owner for the Mavericks. He's turned that franchise around, and he's really a major part of their culture.
And he can't get the first one.
Jason Kidd is so respected around the NBA. In fact, even though he wasn't on Team USA that played in the World Championships back in 2010, he was invited to train with the team to kind of give them some guidance. That says a lot about Jason Kidd.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And back to what Steve was talking about with Kidd, with all the leaders that Team USA has had over the years, I think it speaks volumes for what Kidd brings to the table.
Well, you and I have talked about chemistry. Talent, you've got to have it. But you also need chemistry. You need guys that understand how to lead by example and vocally. And Jason Kidd fits the bill. Part of it is his maturity. And that only comes with experience and the passing of time.
Mm-hmm. Here's Chalmers. He has 7. And Bosch backs down. Anthony. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time again, guys, and it's paying off for them the way they're playing this game. I like their strategy.
Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Joel Anthony. Dishes it to Nowitzki. Chalmers against Kidd. Kidd with another miss.
They have a nice lead here and have really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboards.
Yeah, and they're sending a message, too, Clark. They're really coming out and playing a very physical game here.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Wade for 3, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Kidd. He has 6. Now the pass to Fernandez. He passes to Haywood. No good, unable to end this run. Miami controlling the game. Now here's Chalmers. He has 7. Haslem can't get it to go.
I thought that one was going to go.
You know, Steve, most of the time it does go.
Top of the key. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Kidd. Kidd's got 4 assists in the game. The Heat leading by 23.
Well, the big story, of course, a year ago for Miami was the formation of the big 3, LeBron, Wade, and Bosch. And although it took some time for those 3 to click, eventually they figured it out.
Wade kicks to Haslem. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 5 assists tonight.